Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to be going over the eating portion of the 3 fundamentals of health and fitness. This is actually the second part of the E3S framework. First part, fix your environment. Second part, learn the 3 fundamentals of health and fitness. And part 3 is make it sustainable. So we are on the 3 fundamentals of health and fitness, and we're talking about eating. How do you fix your eating in order to be able to make the body that God gave you sustainable throughout life, make you a servant to others, allow you to serve yourself in an effective way? So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's first start off by talking about the standard American diet. Okay, standard American diet has us overeating calories generally in the form of refined carbs. Okay, these extra calories are then stored as fat, and on top of that, we're probably undereating essential nutrients like protein, omega-3 fats, fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Simply put, we overeat refined carbs and probably some fats and undereat everything else. All right, so what is the solution to this? The easiest solution to this problem is to eat whole foods, colorful vegetables and fruits, fish, dairy, legumes, meats, nuts, whole grains, and focus on protein, the colorful vegetables and fruits, and healthy fats, okay? Protein being fish, eggs, legumes, etc., the healthy fats being fish, nuts, seeds, olive oil, etc. So we want to mostly avoid everything else. And this doesn't mean that you can't go out and have a donut every once in a while. You can't go out and have like a bloomin' onion at Outback Steakhouse. Is it Outback Steakhouse? Or you can't have the cinnamon rolls with the cinnamon butter right at, what is that place? Texas Roadhouse. Okay. I've been out. I've eaten that stuff. It's nice to be able to go out and eat this stuff, but you can't be eating all of these refined carbs with a bunch of fat. You can't be doing this all the time. You got to get that nutrient-dense food. You got to get that good protein in. Okay? Before we get into like everything in this presentation, I want to first go over some terms, some definitions. And you maybe have questions about these. You maybe don't. If you don't, you can skip forward. But I want to clarify some things before we get into this because it will allow me to speak more clearly and more quickly about the topics at hand. Okay, so starting off, we have macronutrients. This is what people call macros. When they say you need to be counting your macros, you need to be tracking your macros, this is what they're talking about. They're large molecules, protein, fats, carbs that your body needs in bulk for energy, growth, and repair. Okay, protein, fat, carbs. Those are macros. Okay, and there are 3 of them. Boom, 3 macros. Don't worry about anything else. Okay. Next, we have calories. Okay, calories are energy units from food. Protein and carbs give 4 calories. Fat gives 9 calories. Okay, 2,000 calories is often used as a general guideline for healthy eating, and is what the percentage daily value is based on. So we'll look at a nutrition label here in a couple seconds, and I will show you that, the percentages over on the right-hand side are going to be based on a 2,000 calorie diet. Let's talk about protein. It builds muscles, it builds hormones, and we're aiming to get between 0.7 grams to 1 gram per pound of body weight per day. Okay, but you can just get 0.7 grams per day. So if you're a 170-pound person, if you're a 170-pound guy, you want to aim to get at least 120 grams of protein, okay? Best sources for these, eggs, fish, legumes, meat, dairy, okay? And I actually have an in-depth video on protein. I don't want to bog you down here, but if you want to check that out, I will link that in the description, okay? Next, we have fat. What does fat do? Fat supports hormone production, energy, and vitamin absorption. What we want to do, especially us Americans, because we eat a whole bunch of like burgers, fries, everything else like this, we want to focus on getting omega-3 fats, okay? Think fish, think walnuts, and really, in particular, think fish, because we undereat fish and we should be eating more fish, or at least fish that are high in omega-3s. And omega-3s are really, really important for the function of your entire body, okay? And we want to keep the ratio of omega-3s to omega-6s, we want to keep that ratio between 1:1 to 1:4. But realistically, I think the average American, it's like 1:30. Next, we have carbs, our body's main energy source. Everybody's heard of carbs. Maybe carbs bad, No, carbs are not bad, but the fact is we want to eat carbs that also have fiber. Think vegetables, think beans, think whole grains, okay? But a lot of the times we're not getting that. Fiber is super, super good for you, very important for the body, okay? But a lot of times we don't eat the carbs with the fiber, okay? Micronutrients, these are vitamins and minerals for overall health, okay? Think vitamin C from fruits, think iron from spinach or iron from meat. We want to be getting our micronutrients. These are nutrients we need in small amounts in order for our bodies to function well. Okay? A lot of people have a vitamin D deficiency, spend a lot of time inside, do not get sunlight. Okay? People have that deficiency. It's not good. Magnesium deficiency, people have that as well. That's also a micronutrient, a mineral, right? Okay. Now, what is total daily energy expenditure? This is getting into, we're talking about calories, and we're talking about the amount of calories you burn daily, okay? And it says estimate yours here. So I already have a little tutorial that I have up on YouTube, but I'll just do this really quick, okay? I'll put in mine. I'm actually 31. I just turned 31. Dang it, I just turned 31. I'm getting old. 6'0", 200, we'll do 192 pounds, okay? Moderate exercise, 4 to 5 times per week, okay? So we are saying, what are we saying? The estimated TDEE, or body weight maintenance energy requirement, is 2731 calories per day, okay? So 2,700 calories per day is what I need to eat in order to maintain my weight. And this is just a rough estimate, right? It might be a little more because I'm more on the muscular side, and muscle burns more calories than fat. Muscle takes more calories than fat to maintain. But as you can see here, energy intake to lose weight and energy intake to gain weight. So if you go to this website, you can plug your information in and you can see how many calories per day that you would need to consume in order to lose a half a pound a week, lose 1 pound a week, lose 2 pounds a week, gain a half a pound a week, gain 1 pound, gain 2 pounds, etc. Okay, let's get back to the definitions. Body fat percentage is the total mass of fat divided by the total body mass. Okay, so it's the percentage of your mass that is fat. Okay, and healthy range for men is 10 to 20%, for women is 20 to 30%. And I have a statistic here. The data from National Health and Nutrition Examination surveys between 1999 and 2004 have recently shown that the percentage of body fat of American adults is 28 to 40% body fat. So we are beating these numbers pretty bad. Okay, so yeah, we want to get that. we want to get that down. This is a healthy range. I'll show you a picture of myself. I think as of right now, I'm maybe mid-teens, maybe mid to high teens. So I am in a healthy range, but most people are not. And it is higher for women than it is for men. Women just naturally carry more fat. They have some extra things that they do. They grow humans inside of them. Very cool. Shout out. Next, we have calorie surplus. Calorie surplus means you're eating more calories than your total daily energy expenditure. And the same goes for calorie deficit, or the inverse goes for calorie deficit. You're eating less calories than your total daily energy expenditure. So however many calories you're burning a day, if you eat more food than that, if you eat more calories than that, you're going to gain weight. If you eat less, you're going to lose weight, right? That makes sense. All right, moving on to the nutrition facts. Let's take a look at this label here. I don't know if you guys have checked out labels before. I have grown very accustomed to checking out labels. I look at the ingredients and everything else. I look at all of the nutrition facts as well as the ingredients. So you should do this when you're out looking at stuff, because it will give you a glimpse into what is actually going on with the food. Okay, so let's start at the top. We'll work our way down. Generally, it will say serving size here. Right here, it says varied servings per container. Okay, so generally it will have, maybe it's like 10 servings per container, or however many servings per container, and it will tell you what that serving is. So the serving size for this, and this is chicken breast, okay, with rib meat, boneless and skinless chicken, okay, 4 ounces or 112 grams. That if you want to put it out on a food scale, you can go ahead and do that, and you'll know exactly how many calories and everything else that you're getting. Okay, so that is the serving size. Moving down, we have calories. Okay, like we talked about before, calories, protein, carbs, 4 calories per gram. Fat, 9 calories per gram. So we'll go through this and you can do the math. So do the math right here. Now we're moving down to fat. You have fat, 3 grams of fat. So how many calories are we getting from fat? Think 3 times how many calories is 1 gram of fat? It's 9. Okay, so 3 times 9 is 27. So 27 calories are coming from fat, and we don't have any carbs, and we have 25 grams of protein. So 25 times, what, 4? So 100, right? So we have 27 calories from fat. We have 100 calories from protein. So we have 127 calories, right? Wait, that's not 130. Okay, so these are approximations, right? These are not completely exact, but it's very, very close, okay? So you're getting 27 calories from fat, you're getting 100 calories from protein. And you can see you have your fat here, you have your saturated fat, which is 0.5 grams, right? You don't want your saturated fat to be more than 10% of your daily caloric intake. And, people on the meat side of the spectrum may like totally roast me and say, that's not true. You should just be eating meat. Or, like the carnivores might say that, or the keto people might come after me, whatever. I actually used to do keto myself. So I'm not like foreign to this concept of you can eat as much fat as you want. But as of right now, my mind is with kind of the mainstream. You don't want to make saturated fat any more than 10% of your total daily caloric intake, okay? And I will say that you want to make sure that you're eating fiber as well. So I will just say that. I don't want to get too controversial on that. But this has 3 grams of fat, 0.5 grams of saturated fat. Trans fat is bad, and generally it's not really in any food anymore. So that's great. You also have cholesterol and sodium in here, and you can see those. I don't really pay a whole bunch of attention to those. You have total carbohydrates, okay? Right here, there are 0 carbohydrates. This is a chicken breast, okay? It's not like there are going to be any carbs in here. Like, it's just meat, okay? Like protein. Dietary, it would have the dietary fiber here as well, okay? And you want to get foods, you want to buy foods that are higher in dietary fiber, okay? Because dietary fiber, like I said, is really good for you. There's soluble and insoluble fiber. I won't get into it, but fiber keeps you regular and it keeps you healthy as well, okay? You can see the total sugars as well, includes added sugar, and you can see that there's no added sugar here. But when you go and look at labels on a bunch of other things, you'll see that this stuff is here, okay? And it will tell you how much added sugar is there as well. And as you see along the right-hand side, it gives you that percentage daily value, okay? And it has that asterisk next to it. And you can see down on the bottom here, I'll zoom in a little bit. The percentage daily value tells you how much a nutrient in a serving of food contributes to a daily diet, 2,000 calories per day for general nutrition advice, okay? So like I said earlier, the percentage daily value is based on a 2,000 calorie daily diet, okay? And below protein, right, you have your vitamins and minerals. And they don't actually have all of them on there. When you go to a macro tracker app, then you will be able to see the extra ones. And I will show you that. I will show you that, okay? I'll actually point you to another video where you will be able to see all of this, okay? Because there are way more nutrients than this. And I'll show you a picture of this in a couple seconds. So now that we've gone over definitions and how to read a nutrition label, we have all of this knowledge about what to do. Now, how do we practically apply that? Number one, you have to identify foods that you love, foods that you enjoy eating. Number two, you have to make a combination of these foods within a day that meet your nutrient needs. And number three, you have to start eating the meals every day. Okay, so this is what I eat every day, and I actually don't eat all of this right now because I am cutting. I am trying to lose weight, but I do eat my bowl, my broccoli, black lentils, eggs bowl, and I do eat sardines in the morning, and I eat my Greek yogurt with blueberries in the afternoon. Okay, so for breakfast, eat the broccoli with the stuff. And for lunch, I eat the Greek yogurt with the stuff, okay? And this rounds out my nutrient needs. So yeah, this is what you want to establish for yourself. And you don't have to like solidly stick to these 2 meals, right? You can experiment a little bit, and you can go off the reservation whenever you want, okay? This isn't you're locked in, but this is, hey, I'm eating the same stuff every day, so I know what I'm getting, and it just takes the guesswork out of things. It's awesome, okay? So number 1. How do we actually build this out? Okay. Number 1, we start with protein. Okay. Eggs, chicken, yogurt, meat, whatever it is. Okay. You start with a protein and then you add nutrient dense foods on top. Okay. Healthy fats as well. And you create bowls. Bowls are the easiest thing to do. Okay. You put a whole bunch of stuff in a bowl, you mix it up, you shake it up, yumbo. Okay. This is what I did last night. My girlfriend and I had taco salad. Okay, we had ground beef. We put some taco seasoning on that. We had a romaine lettuce, which lettuce is kind of lame, but you can do lettuce if you want to get that extra volume. If you're like, man, I have a hankering. I need some extra volume. You can do that. And of course, I'm talking about this from a cutting perspective. If you're trying to gain weight, this is a great way to do it as well because you just shove everything in a bowl and you can put sauces and stuff on that, and you just end up eating more food. If you're trying to lose weight, you just have to be cognizant of what you're like putting in these things. But you put all this stuff in, and I'll finish explaining what I ate last night. So it was the ground beef, the romaine lettuce. We did some cheese. I did some Greek yogurt, fat-free Greek yogurt. Okay, this basically makes a dressing, right? I put some hot sauce. I put some tomato salsa. It was great. Didn't put any black beans, but it was great. And here, these are ideas of bowls that you can make. Yumbo. Okay, so you make bowls. You have protein at the center, and you make bowls. Okay, nutrient-dense foods on top. Super easy. Okay, and then you see if your meals meet your nutritional needs. And so first you start with your total daily energy expenditure. We already went over this. And then you move to chronometer. You put all the stuff in. You start messing with the portions and everything else like that. And you round out your stuff. And you take any supplements you need to supplement your diet, right? Bada bing, bada boom. So if we look here, we can see I probably need a supplement with vitamin E. I probably need a supplement with vitamin D, which I do. Maybe I need a supplement with vitamin B3. And hey, what if I don't want a supplement? Then I just need to look up foods. I need to say what foods are high in vitamin E. And actually what you can do in Chronometer here is if you hover over the vitamin E, it will tell you what foods are high in vitamin E. Okay? Have a good amount of vitamin E. So little hack. This can get so easy, guys, so easy. Okay? And step 3, what do? You just start eating. It's really that simple. You build out the meals that you're going to eat and you just start eating. And you can kind of turn your brain off on this. And you can look forward to this stuff. And you don't have to adhere to this all of the time. You really don't. I don't. I eat these meals on a daily basis. But if my family's making like a totally loaded dinner, then what I might do is I might have breakfast. I might have half a portion of my lunch. And then I eat like a little bit of dinner at family dinner. Or if it's like, man, I really want to, they're making some, some really yummy like chicken parm. It's going to be calorie dense. Maybe I just skip lunch. I just eat breakfast and then I skip lunch and then I have dinner with them. Right? Or my girlfriend's making something for dinner and I'm like, man, I really want some steak potatoes with some cheese, sour cream, whatever. I skip lunch or maybe I skip breakfast, whatever. This is your life. You get to mix and match. And as long as most of your days are like the nutrients are like completely filled out, you're going to be good. You're not going to have any deficiencies or anything else like that. You just got to put this stuff in once. You got to see what the nutrients are on it, and then you can say, hey, I'm good. Now I get to do this. I get to do this for a whole long while, okay? I get to do this for however long I want, and I can switch it up whenever I want. You can switch it up whenever you want. And you can change your core meals as well. Okay. To touch on a couple things here too, gaining and losing weight is just a matter of eating. If you're trying to gain weight, eating more than your total daily energy expenditure. And if you're trying to lose weight, it's eating less than your total daily energy expenditure. Okay. And one thing you want to do, especially if you're trying to lose weight, you want to remove bingy and unhealthy foods from your diet. And if you haven't seen my video on fixing your environment, this is one of the things that I harp on in there. It is very, very important. Okay. So this is obviously, like I've said before, this is part of the E3S framework. This is part of the 3. Okay. Eating, exercise, and sleep. You need to get down the fundamentals of these. And this is the first one, eating. We're getting down the fundamentals. Finally, I want to go over some honorable mentions, okay? We have sardines. Sardines are an incredible source of essential fatty acids, okay? I eat these every day. Every single day I eat sardines, unless I'm skipping breakfast or I miss it. But, like I eat sardines 355 days out of 365 days of the year. Maybe I miss 10 days of eating sardines. I love sardines. Great source of protein, great source of essential fatty acids. Black lentils, I'm eating these every day as well. Okay, they're hands down my favorite plant protein source. Really rich in micronutrients, and they're just hearty. They taste good, and they're packed with protein as well. Blueberries. Love blueberries. Apparently, I've actually seen online that blackberries are higher in antioxidants, but I heard that blueberries were. So I'm a little conflicted on this, but I love blueberries. Blueberries are great. I eat them every day with my yogurt and the fat-free Greek yogurt. Okay, I get fat-free Greek yogurt from Costco, and it is awesome. Okay, I'm eating fat-free because I want to keep that saturated fat down. If I was gonna eat like fatty yogurt, like higher fat yogurt, it would have a decent bit of saturated fat, okay? Which is okay, but I don't want to do it for myself. So I eat that fat-free Greek yogurt packed with protein, super protein dense, and I eat it daily. So that is it. That is the fundamentals. This is day or section 1 of the 3 fundamentals of health and fitness. We're talking about eating. I know this was a little bit of a long one. If you need any help on any of this, if you need any explanation, please let me know. Also, feel free to follow me on Instagram. Please do follow me on Instagram. Send me a DM. I'm uploading memes there. I'm uploading educational content as well. Thanks so much for watching this video, guys. I really appreciate it. Please share this with anyone who you think would benefit from it. And yeah, see you in the next one.